Warning, the following stunts are done by trained professionals. Actually, we're not trained. Robbie is just a dumbass and decided to do a drunken fantasy football podcast. The thoughts, opinions, and takes are ours and ours only. It is not our fault if you lose in fantasy football or sports gambling. Viewer discretion is advised.
Holy shit.
What is going on? What is going on, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome to the one and only Rumboyz Fantasy Network. I'm your host, Rumboyz Robbie, and alongside me tonight, joining the show is Fantasy J, Gator J. What is going on, Gator?
Chilling, baby, chilling. Ready for another SFB mock. Just a short couple days away that people will start drafting. You know, it's gonna be
nine days for me. Yeah, 9 days. 9 days.
Well, yeah, but we've got 3 live drafts happening this weekend in Vegas.
Yeah,
Cleveland and Fort Lauderdale. So, yeah.
Well, we're not going to waste anyone's time that is in the lobby currently. We're going to go ahead and kick things off. Throughout today's broadcast, we will talk about like the format, the setup, and all that good stuff. But the people that are waiting to draft and to mock, they already know what's going on. So we're going to go ahead. We're going to click this magical button over here. Let's first bring up the board. Shout out to the homies over at Sleeper. We're going to begin drafting in 3, in 2. Let's get it. Yes. Why the well, I got to adjust that clock. Holy.
What'd you put it on? An 8-hour clock?
No, I put it on 60 seconds. And
Yeah, I figured as much. You put it on an 8-hour clock thinking we were going to be here like for the next
forever,
6 months.
You know? Yeah. Okay. I don't know why. I gotta love it. Gotta love it. But again, hey, shouts to the homies over at Sleeper. We greatly love you guys. We greatly appreciate you. And everyone that's tuning in. Make sure that you guys like, comment, subscribe, share the content. I am anxious to see what happens here at 101. If you actually got the notification that, hey, bro, draft has started. This is where like I send a message, like a little quick nudge, like Rubik's is on the clock. He's under 30 seconds. I'm not pausing or stopping. I'm just gonna throw that out there.
Yeah, I think the overwhelming answer here, whether Rubik's does it or not, it's probably going to be CMC, or should be CMC, or Josh Allen. Those would be the 2 choices. I was just saying, Robbie, go ahead and turn
Josh Allen. Okay.
Yeah, turn off the bell and alert and stuff like that. Yeah.
Okay.
Get that shit off of here.
Still fucking did it. That's crazy.
You still got it on this one though.
What?
The just hit the bell right there. Just hit the little bell and the little sound right next to it.
I see what you're talking about.
Yeah. Get that shit off of there.
There we
See if we can get you to timeout.
Oh wow. Let's see here. I can make this like super ugly. No, I'm not gonna do it. I'm gonna go Mahomes. I was gonna start off with getting CMC, but like at the 1-3 before score settings were released, which we're going to get into talking about the scoring here in a minute. I picked the 1-3 because I knew I wanted to get me a top end QB. Let me stick to my game plan. What I'm gonna do on draft day, 9 days from now, let me just actually let me do what I'm gonna do. Let me mock for real. Let me not mock for views and likes. Even though I do enjoy the views and likes. Gator, what are you thinking here?
No, I mean, you completely threw me for a loop there, because the exact reason I chose the 4 spot, again, I chose the spot before scoring come out. And with the thought, the same thing I did last year, I wanted one of these top end quarterbacks. You throw me for a loop here, because I think I obviously have to take CMC here, and just call it done. and worry about the quarterback later. With the nerfed passing, there's only a few quarterbacks that I would want here, maybe the top 4, top 5. And I think, I can figure the quarterback situation out later. I don't think I've done any mocks where CMC has fell to the 4 spot. So this will be a completely different build for me. It'll be quite interesting how this works out.
Yeah. No, I'm definitely anxious to see how this turns out. That's the beauty of mocking, is that this is the time right now. Practice. Talking about practice. Shouts to the NBA draft that's simultaneously going on while we're live, but you're not watching that. You're going to watch us.
Practice.
Practice. But this is practice. You can kind of go in, fool around with different strategies, different tactics. Why the fuck does it keep turning on by itself?
No, you get into that. That's the one. There you go.
No, it's still going.
It's not no more. You got it good right now. Chris Allen right there just took Stroud. Chris is actually on another show right now, so hopefully he will join as soon as he's done with that. But
yeah, he told me, he's like, I'm gonna be on a show. I was like, I know, but I love you. like kind of just like, love bombed him into it,
Yeah, I mean, and to be quite honest, I don't know. Some people would want Hurts right there over Stroud, but as an auto, you can't be mad at that.
No. Shy up in house. What is good? What are you holding in your avatar? I'm like super curious. Like, is that I hope that's a fire takeout.
If I'm not mistaken, that is a Wendy's bag.
Okay.
From last year's SFB14.
That's fire. What up, chasing ships? Yo, you're Daniel. Welcome to the chat. Charlene, what's going on? Jeff said, "Let's get it." Jeff, you're on the clock right now. You always do some. It's the first round, so I'm not expecting you to start going in your bag of tricks yet. I expect this to be a normal pick, but Jeff is definitely going to be one of those guys that you're going to want to watch out for. Jeff, are you drafting in at the Vegas live?
Ooh.
I think Jeff is drafting. He went Jamar. I love it. I love it. Jamar possibly could potentially look. There's Justin Jefferson and there's Jamar Chase. There's no other conversation outside of those two when we talk about outside of fantasy, just overall this generation being the number 1 wide receiver.
CeeDee Lamb should be entering that conversation. It's
I view Justin and Jamar of this generation for this generation as how we viewed Rice and Moss. What that was for us. I think that's what those two are for this generation. You want to get into Lamb, I would say Lamb's probably T.O. What up, Calvin? Calvin's going to be here in Denver. I'm super excited. I'm excited to meet Calvin face to face. One, obviously, we have our first tight end that went off the board. I knew that was going to happen at some point. With this format, you're not needing, but there is a premium on tight ends. You're going to see Kelsey. You're going to see Laporta. Go out there and be first-round picks, be second-round picks. It's absolutely viable in your strategy. Damn, gotta love that. It's okay. I have a plan. I'm not going to reveal it right now this early in the draft. I have a plan. Tom, I joined a mock with the first pick and I auto pick shaking my head, but that's not a bad auto pick.
Well, here's an interesting thing for you, just for people to ponder with the scoring settings that we have with the nerfed passing with these quarterbacks. This is a super flex league, and we see 5 quarterbacks go in the first round.
Oh, Jeff, Jeff, that's right. He DM'd me about this. Like, he literally DM'd me. He was like, "Yo, I'm gonna be in Denver. Let's do the." I don't know why. That's me being a bad friend. I'm sorry. Yeah, bro. I just felt it too. I was like, my screen froze. 1 second. I'm gonna refresh that. I'm gonna refresh that. I'll be right back, Gator.
You're good. He sends me to full screen now. Nobody can see the draft. All you get is all me all the time now. Oh, that's awesome. That's exactly what I came to help him do.
Wow. No, hey, I'm glad that I come back and you just talk shit.
Of course, I would have done that, whether you were here or not.
Exactly. All right, here. Let me just get our draft board back up. I apologize about that. Wouldn't be a live show without maybe one or two technical difficulties. I want to go ahead. So I want to go ahead and I want to kind of go back to what we were talking about. Kelsey, the Laporta. You already see both those tight ends going off the board. This is a decision especially in a live draft scenario. Let's think about this from a live draft scenario. You're forget location. Everyone is going to be, hey, nice to meet you. It's a pleasure to meet you. How about a drink? Don't go off your pivot. Okay. If you make this decision to go tight end early, yes, are you sacrificing, the QB value or even that top end receiver value? The running back, so on and so forth. Yeah, you're missing out on that, but you're also locking in premium points. What sucks about that strategy is if something happens, obviously God forbid, but if something happens, this is the NFL, and one of those top end tight ends get hurt, you're possibly screwed at that position unless you just go bully tight end the whole way. So it's going tight end early is a tough one for me to justify this year.
Yeah, I think if you're gonna do it, you got to commit fully to it. The plus side to it is you're only playing one quarterback, one running back, one wide receiver, one tight end, and of course the one super flex. But then you have 5 flex spots where you can put a wide receiver, running back, or tight end. So if you do go and commit to the bully tight end, you can put them in the flex spots. And with the basically 3 times the amount there, the tight end premium basically is 3 times with the catch, first down, and the yardage. It's just freaking insane. Did I miss your pick there and get tilted?
No, I was thinking one thing, and then I pivoted. I was like, I can't lock in, both my QBs here, and I was gonna go Kyler, but then I was like, no, I don't want to run Kyler without 100% guaranteeing that I would have stacked him with McBride, who's already gone, or B, Marvin Harrison coming back around, which wasn't going to happen. So I was like, no, fuck that. Let's just back out. Let's just get out of that thought process right now. Let's lock in a receiver. I love AJ Brown. Seems like every year for the past 2-3 years in SFB specifically, AJ Brown ends up on my team.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know how that keeps working.
Going back to what you had just said there about pivoting, I know Sweat and Glitters down there at the 10 spot, and myself, and of course you, Robbie, have done so many, whether it be best ball or Scott Fish Bowls or doing redraft or dynasty rookie mocks, whatever, or even our startups. We've got to get out of the mindset of that, right? So
yeah,
stacking is okay, but it's not a necessity in this format, right? So you're sitting there going, I wanted to get my second quarterback, but I wanted to stack him. You don't have to do that.
I know.
You could have just got your second quarterback and just been done with it. But I like the way you pivoted and went AJ Brown there.
And that was part of the conversation that mentally, if you guys saw the emotional state that I was in during that pick, very much a light-skinned Drizzy Drake meltdown moment that I just had there on camera. But that body language right there, that passion I was emitting there is just because I needed to have that conversation with myself.
Mm-hmm.
We're not picking a best ball lineup right now. We don't need to worry about it. So I had to. We had to have a conversation with our internal self. Oh my gosh, I'm gonna do this, aren't I? I'm probably gonna fucking do it. I'm the president of his fan club. I don't need to do it right now. I don't need to do it right now, but I'm gonna do it at some point. I've been talking about this man all week. He's possibly gonna end up being a commander, and I don't give a fuck, but I am gonna go in and grab Brandon Ayuk right there.
Yeah, I don't see it happening.
Oh, he's gonna be. Look, all right. For those that follow us on TikTok or any other social media platform, you guys have seen the very, very heated debate here on Rumboyz Fantasy Network about Brandon Ayuk. Does he remain a Niner? Is he going to the Commanders? Yada, yada, yada. And you saw one clip, part 3 of that series, where Gator just kind of rained on my parade. So yeah, we're gonna see what happens with that.
Or as Leafs so eloquently put it in the chat, I hop tweet on your parade.
Robbie, hop off, Ayuk. Oh my gosh. Johnson, what's good? What's good? Ooh. Yep, I am gonna do this. That kind of played in my hand. I was like, I'm gonna come back on the turn. That's when I'll grab my first running back. And why would my first running back, as the president of the Derrick Henry fan club, not be Derrick Henry?
Yeah, I think this is kind of where I have to make a decision on which way I'm gonna run. I've got the CMC, the Brock Purdy, which I think, if you're going to get CMC, you need to go grab Brock Purdy, because that's going to be a lot of his passing yardage is going to be through Christian McCaffrey. I believe Ayuk's going to get his, Debo's going to get his, but we all know as long as CMC's healthy, he is the one out of the backfield. He's the one in the wide receiving or the passing game. So I went ahead and went Brock Purdy there. And this is where I think I make the decision to go ahead and hammer the tight end yet again, and secure the pure volume that Evan Ingram gets in Jacksonville is insane. There's a couple other tight ends that I do like that I don't know that they get back to me, so I wanted to make sure I secured at least this volume right here.
Yeah, no, I like what you did. What you did there. With Purdy specifically, also, pairing with McCaffrey, but you can always still super stack as this progresses.
Mm-hmm.
Your guy, Ricky Pearsall, is going to be there later on. Purdy is in a situation to where it can get very equitable as to how, even if you do want to stack, even if you are still kind of, with drafts coming right around the corner, you're still kind of maybe stuck in that best ball kind of mindset, you can still pull it off. Quarterbacks are about to go on a fucking run.
Yeah, and that's the other thing too, is when you sit there and you look at these first 2.5 rounds, 3 rounds go by, and you had 10 total quarterbacks off the board. You know it's coming, and you want to be like what they say. If you want to be in the beginning of the run, or you want to be at the end of the run.
End of the run, yeah, exactly.
If I'm a few minutes early, I'll take the few minutes early. I don't want to be a few minutes late.
Holy NFC North. Let's talk about Sweating Glitters team really quick. Charlene, look, I know that all the 49ers fans are hoping that does not happen with you, just touching on that conversation that we had earlier. But all good things must come to an end, and we'll treat them better. It's okay. Yes, Brian, absolutely. He will find his way. Welcome to the live stream. What I want to talk about here with Sweating Glitters team is Holy NFC North. Jefferson, Jordan Love, gone.
Mm-hmm. I see nothing wrong.
No, I see nothing wrong. I'm just like, wow. What's great about this is that obviously correlation does not matter in this format, so to speak. But you're getting multiple games out of just those interdivisional games that are going to be competitive, where these guys are going to have to show up and show out to be able to win those games. So I kind of love that in a way, honestly. Even though this particular tournament, SFB, more importantly, make sure that you guys donate to Fantasy Cares. Link is down below. But in this type of tournament, that's something that doesn't matter. But it's a powerful weapon to still utilize in your arsenal.
Okay. So, I don't know if you know this or not, but Sweating Glitters is Charlene. So Charlene, you just pissed me off with that. By the way, thank you for snagging George Kittle there. That was rude, as we say over in the best ball streets. That was rude.
That was rude.
No, Charlene is dynamite when it comes to the draft. So yes, okay, that's fair. I started it with Ingram. Yes, okay, fair.
Evan. Sorry, I don't know why. I just I heard Sylvester Stallone, Adrian, in my head, like Evan. No, I'm gonna be doing that all season, calling play-by-play now. Missed you guys. Haven't been able to make a stream in a minute. What is good, Brad? Hey, we appreciate you. Thank you for joining over on Twitch, bro. We appreciate our Twitch viewers as well. Yeah, Sweating Glitter snipe you with golf. Let's see where. Oh yeah, y'all are picking like back and forth.
I mean, look, you got Calvin. You got Tua. Calm down. Calm down, Calvin. You stacked Tua with Hill, so calm down, buddy.
Semana. I love that you grabbed Purdy before I could even.
Yeah, I wasn't letting you do that. I was not allowing. That's the other thing too, is even in Scott Fishbowl, even in mocks, kind of got to know your league. Kind of got to know who's around you.
We know each other. You knew it would have been something I would have done. It's okay. I'm not hating. I'm not hating. By the way, I'll go ahead and I'll show my hand. I don't care. I don't care about ADP because we build the ADP. So y'all will probably see me reach just to go and get a player that I may be higher on than most. After all, we are sitting at a poker table after all. So if you start seeing me doing like weird shit, that's not a player that I would go for. Maybe I see something different in that player's film that you may not see. Maybe I have a little bit more faith.
Oof.
I don't.
All right,
know.
then.
There's only.
Man.
Oh no! Oh! Do it, Gator. Do it, Gator. Do it, Gator.
I'm gonna try to.
I'm in his head.
I'm gonna see if I can do this. I'm gonna see if I can do it.
Fuck. Okay. Yeah, we can't do what I thought he was gonna do.
Why did you just go quiet?
Fuck you. So for those that are doing like Gator and I, we worked together for the better half like a year and a half now.
Yeah.
Almost 2 years, yeah. So we know each other's habits. We both just did something that I don't think that either of us were anticipating.
No, I wasn't expecting DJ Moore or Cup to be there or Diggs to be there, actually. And I
wasn't
between all three of them. I was like, which one am I going to go with? And I went per ADP, the lower of the three, because I feel like he's got opportunity in that offense to be a number one overall.
No, I love the DJ Moore pick. I think that he is going to be the one there. My running back room is going to be shit. But I'm gonna deal with that. I'm gonna deal with that. We are assuming that risk. It's not gonna be completely zero RB because we got Derrick Henry, but we're about to probably go borderline. Let's go. That worked out exactly the way that I fucking wanted it to. Woo!
Yeah, I'm looking at the board here, and I think this is where I gotta make this move right here and complete the bully RB look here.
Wow, the bully tight end look. Yeah.
Bully tight end.
Okay. Well, app is frozen and it's not even saving this room link. I can't get back in the room.
Go back to the DM I sent you and click on that link again. I've had to do it twice today. I think it's a sleeper thing right now.
I decided to take to the draft. Oh my gosh.
It's cheaper. It's cheaper than Uber.
Fucking Calvin's been having a interesting time
Yes.
getting ready for the draft. ADP is also adjusted by Dynasty League, so don't trust ADP. No, and when we talked about this Friday night, when we went over our SFB tips and tricks, one of the things I brought up was like, hey, there's absolutely no problem with walking in with, scoring rankings and being like, and maybe utilizing that to kind of judge, assist in, the ADP also that you'll be looking at on draft day. There's no problems with doing that. I'm probably going to be that guy.
Yeah, there's a couple sites out there that have, excuse me, that have ADP loaded up and are continually updating it. One of them being Going for Two. One of them being Fantasy Alarm. Another one, pretty much a newer site. But Fantasy Football Universe with Aaron St. Dennis, he's done a lot of ADP with multiple sites in his ADP. So that might be something you go and you can print them out, take them to the draft with you, use them as, use them to cross things off, whatever. Because again, like everybody knows, sleeper ADP, NFL ADP right now is kind of out of wonk with rookies, dynasty, bunch of mocks going on. So yeah, it would be highly advised to figure out which one is your favorite site, whatever, whoever your favorite analyst is. If they've got ADP out there, go print it out, take it with you.
We're all your favorite analysts. I'm sorry, that was so corny. Wow, I'm liking the Tyreek Hill to a stack here by Calvin. As Cal also simultaneously mentions, Gator always taking my guy Fergie.
It's another, in this situation, it's a volume play. Dude's getting over 100 targets. He got over 100 targets last year, got 70 some odd balls, and they did nothing to upgrade the receiving room, nothing to upgrade the running back room. It's basically CD, Brandon Cooks, Ferguson.
No, you definitely. I respect grabbing ASAP Ferguson. I respect grabbing ASAP Ferguson.
Yeah.
Guess I just gave that man a nickname on this show. Why I didn't think about that earlier, like last season. I don't know.
Well, because he was a 4th round pick, we didn't think he was going to be worth a nickname. Not only that, he was a 4th round pick after they took another tight end in the 2nd round, and he actually has his own nickname. He is a shoe.
Oh, wow. I see. I never knew that.
Yeah, Schumacher.
Yo, I love Taco getting the auto Joe Mixon because like that was where I was at. I was like, I can go ahead and I can grab Mixon. Like I really think Mixon's gonna be a worthy pick. Down there in Houston for fantasy managers.
Mm-hmm.
I get there's a lot of new in Houston, and it's like, well, look at the receivers. There's only one football. Look, they're gonna fucking have to run the ball at some point, and Joe Mixon still has a lot left in the tank. With that being said, him going to Taco, definitely not a bad pick. I was gonna grab Mixon had I not did the Cup Stafford stack, but the fact that it was there and I could pull it off and it wasn't too far out of ADP for me to grab either of those guys, it was worth it. It was worth it, I feel.
Yeah, I didn't know how I was going to like this build starting off with CMC out of the 4 spot, what was going to get back to me. And I'm actually kind of digging it so far.
Well, yeah, I mean, because there's still plenty of quarterback stock, and that's something I wanted to bring up earlier. With the QBs and with the quarterback situations, there's a lot of different ways that you can roll the dice. You don't have to do what I did and grab a QB first pick. But again, like I mentioned at the beginning of the show, that's the whole reason why I selected the 3 hole, was to make sure I could lock up a premium quarterback. Charlie says I was also going to go Mixon. Dilly, boys. What's up, Travis? Dilly, bro.
I want to put you on tilt so bad right here, just knowing I'm not gonna do it. I'm gonna stick to my guns here. I'm gonna go Aaron Jones. Somebody I think is also gonna get a bunch of volume there.
Okay, I love you too.
Yeah, I thought about putting you on tilt with another player, but I didn't realize it was gonna do it to you with Aaron Jones.
I mean, I knew that I was running a risk of him not making it back to me. It is what it is. I do need a homer pick at some point. So, of course, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to grab McLaurin. If IU comes with, oh, my gosh, that would hurt my feelings.
That's exactly what I was thinking about. I was like, I can go take Terry right here and maybe put Robbie on tilt enough for Aaron Jones to get back to me. And I was like, nah, I can't take the risk.
With the way that things are looking, I think that Aaron Jones could have possibly made it back to you. Me personally, I would have not have done that. I would have done exactly what you did, which was grabbing Aaron Jones. But I mean, hey, all's fair in love and war. You know, I would have. I respect the move. I would have respected it either way.
There's a couple wide receivers that you know, and again, this is you only got to start one wide receiver. You can do whatever else. I mean, yeah, you get the wide receiver, you know, is a full point, but there's other wide receivers down the board that I do not hate looking at. Don't hate them looking at it on my team at all.
So I'm going to be very public about it. I am going to go running back here, unless hold on. Yeah, we're going running back. We're going running back.
Holy shit!
Damn, there's like a couple that I like. But I'm gonna go with my preference. I like Zamir White. I'm just way too high on Zamir White. I was like trying to like psych myself out of going Zamir right there. It was like, oh well, Ramondre just got paid. You know, he's like what top 7 in terms of running backs paid right now, like or like top 9, I think, something like that. You know, I was like, oh well, like I could go Najee, but like, oh wait, I'm more of like a Jaylen Warren fan. Like I don't know if I want to do that. But like Najee looked really great at the end of last year. I was like, let me go Zamir White. Like, let me go with the guy that's definitely probably going to be the one, and be the bell cow in his backfield. Like Leash just brought up a rare bell cow back in the league.
Yeah, that's something else I will recommend. Whether you're doing it here on Sleeper, whether you're doing a best ball draft, whatever, don't stick to ADP. Scroll down the board a little bit.
Scroll the fuck down. We make the ADP like as a whole, as a community. Like it's not a real thing. I've been saying this, and people get mad when I say it, and I'm like, for anyone that bets or like gamble, 1-800-GAMBLER if you have a problem. For anyone that bets or gambles, like you know the concept of fading the public. Sometimes it's okay to just fade the public, and I love this comment right here, and I really just want to take the time to acknowledge it. I got wings, live mock, and NBA draft all right now. This is more like a Saturday than a Wednesday, and I'm glad we could provide that environment. I'm not sure if it's good or bad. By Brock Bowers' pick went unnoticed. Who? No, I'm kidding. That's
were we supposed to say something about Brock Bowers?
The Brock
Bowers
just interesting. The whole 2 tight end with them grabbing one last year and then them grabbing one this year. I don't know how that pass game is going to work out. And then obviously Adams is going to, you know, have his demand for targets.
Well, the other side of that coin, you got to look at the coaching staff. It's a defensive coaching staff. And typically a defensive coaching staff is more into a running game. With that being said, in the passing game, like you just brought up, Adams is going to demand his targets. So where does that leave a Brock Bowers, who, by the way, I understand he's basically a big slot, but he does play the tight end position. And we all know outside of quarterback, tight end is the hardest position to learn when it comes to the NFL because there is still blocking schemes.
And then May already has like a year up of game speed on him as well. Like it's a weird. The whole thing is weird, and it's one of those things to where I like it in best ball more so than I do in a tournament like this. in another SFB14 mock right now, ASAP Ferg went 4-4. I might be done mocking after tonight. Got to clear the brain. Hey, I definitely respect that. What I do after I get off of air, like what I've been doing a lot lately, you guys, is like I'll like watch like stand-up comedy or like, you know, like adult cartoons, like some Family Guy or something. Like I take my mind completely like the fuck off of work. Feel free to also do the same. And Gator goes Bryce Young.
Got that late stack with him and Deontay Johnson, his number one wide receiver there in the 8-9, 8th round, 9th round, little stackage.
Yeah, respectful. Well played, my friend. Well played. Well played. I grew up the town side, the New York crime side. Had the nickel and dime to survive. You know what? I'm going to give Carolina some love here as well, and I'm going to go Jonathan Brooks. I should have went Chubb.
You should have went Chubb, you asshole.
But I'm going to go.
I was going to take Brooks the next round. That's why you should have went Chubb.
I just don't want to. I don't want to. That wasn't an injury situation that I wanted to assume.
No, it's.
I'm about to do something stupid next pick. I'm about to do something wild.
This is a reason too why we do the mocks, right? I probably could have let Bryce Young go to the 10th round. I could have taken Jonathan Brooks right there and then let Bryce Young go to the next round, possibly. You know, JSN going there at 9-11. Listen, I like JSN as a player. I'm with Chris,
they're still locking.
I'm with Chris Allen on this one here. And I don't think that this is, I mean, yes, we're going to see a little bit of bump for him. But again, you're talking about a defensive coach coming in from Baltimore as now the head coach. And Lockett is still there. I don't care that Lockett's 75 years old.
Oh, he really fucking let him just stack Josh Allen and Keon.
Yeah.
Dog. Straight dog.
Well, I'm the ADP. This is what I'm talking about. ADP for JSN is at 115. Tyler Lockett is fucking 20 picks later. 20 picks. ADP wise at 135. Insane to me. Insane.
We just fucking let Rubik's do that.
Yeah, I'm probably gonna.
Can we get a round of applause for Cubics?
I'm probably gonna get another comment in the chat here for doing this, but I'm doing it anyway. Go ahead and take Luke Musgrave a relief out of Jordan Love.
Wow, my guy, Luke. We're doing Luke over Schultz. Okay.
Yeah. Listen. There's way too many outside mouths to feed, and is in as I am on the Texans. I do think we're in for a regression this year. You got to remember, last year they were playing a 4th place schedule. This year they're playing a 1st place schedule. I don't know that they can repeat doing what they did last year.
No, McConkey.
Yes, and exactly, Leafs. Musgrave has a better chance of getting the ball over Schultz 100%. And I knew Charlene was going to say this. I am so sorry. I just couldn't pass up the tight end right there.
Charlene, how do you think I feel? I work with him. Sorry. Gator, I love you. Let's see.
I only have 4 tight ends, and I've filled out a whole roster already outside of the tight end position. So I don't know why everybody's giving me such a hard time for taking all the good tight ends. It's not my fault that you left them on the board.
Let's catch up here really quick with the chat. South Park, Archer, Big Mouth, Boondocks, anything, Dave Chappelle. Yeah, like after when you get done mocking, like especially if you've been doing like back-to-back boxes stuff, take a break. Like I said, take care of your mental health. Rumboyz Mental Health Awareness League will be announced after 4th of July. So follow me on Twitter at Rumboyz Robbie. My name tag's right there. talent situation. This is a physical offense. When speaking about the Raiders, says Leaves, your Raiders are going to be an interesting offense. The way that locker room was so turned up last year, you bring that same energy into this year. I'm not going to deny that you guys can go out there and win football games. It's just when you look at the personnel on paper, you're like, how the fuck is this going to fit together? And that's my issue with the Raiders offensively. But I'm excited to see you guys play. You guys are always one of those teams that pull off upsets randomly out of nowhere. The teams that you should beat, you don't beat, but the teams that you shouldn't beat, you end up beating. So we're a cornucopia of different thoughts there. Travis says ADP should never be used to influence your pick. It's something to look at. It's not biblical. Facts. It's not real. It's not real. It's not real. Chuba's getting the lead first. I don't know about that. And even if he does get the lead touches, he's not going to do much with those. I do believe that Brooks will be significantly more efficient and more productive with the opportunities that he's given than Chuba. Let's see here. Seahawks' new OC is Ryan Grubb, the guy from Washington. He wants to bring 3 wide receiver sets.
Right, but no. What I was saying about the Seattle coaching staff was the head coach. Head coach is a defensive guy from the Ravens, so that's where. But yes, I agree. Ryan Grubbs is going to bring in 3 wide receiver sets, but I still think they're going to want to run the ball. It's still going to be a lot of run in that offense.
My gosh, so Komet and Fry going back to back, Cal and Sweating Glitter with those picks there hurts my feelings. And then Schultz going to the auto Wilson there. God, I should have just hammered down on tight ends, but it's my fault.
Well, you live and you learn, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's why you mock.
Sorry, you just like made like a song like go ahead. I don't need this. I'm more so grabbing this as a luxury. We're gonna go in and we're gonna grab Geno. I didn't need like a third quarterback right there, but I was like, let's grab this like now versus later.
Yeah, I was looking at Geno as well. Probably should have went that route, but that's all right. You little sniping bastard, whatever.
How? You picked Wilson.
I know, whatever. Move on. Next subject. I'm mad at myself right now for letting you do that.
It's okay. Damn, I did not need to go Jonathan Brooks. I probably should have never went Jonathan Brooks and went Brian Robinson instead. Oh my gosh. Derrick Henry, Samir White, Brian Robinson. That's a sick running back room.
You can't show all of your fandom at one time.
I know. I usually only leave a draft with one, with one. Like I do. One thing about me is I will 100% leave any draft that I'm in with at least like one commander. But that's just like fantasy's not fun if you don't you gotta how do I say it? How do I say it? Like
you want to watch them on Sunday. You want to root for them on your team because you're watching them on Sunday.
Yes.
I mean,
thank you for articulating that opinion for me. Thank you. Yeah. So I don't know. But I never go more than like 1 or 2. I feel like the most I've ever had like in 1 year was like 2.
I'm just
Raiders line is scary as fuck. There's always Gesicki late. I know.
I'm just loading up my queue so that it can disappear before it gets back to me.
Masochists love the pain. Let's see what Brad got for us here on this pick. What's good, Albert? See, this is where like it feels like it kind of like starts to get sticky because like you're trying to fill in like the holes that you weren't able to fill earlier.
And I don't have any holes
until the season starts. Then you're like, fuck.
No. I mean, my again, that's, you know, when you look at the roster construction, it's one quarterback, one running back, one wide receiver, one tight end, and one kicker is what you must start. And you've got basically 6 flex spots from there, counting the super flex. So I've got a bunch of tight ends in there right now to start with.
How the fuck? Wait, it just autoed me? Oh, damn it. Well,
he was in your queue too, wasn't he?
No, he wasn't. I don't know how that I like maybe I actually clicked between like switching tabs. I was trying to grab Lockett.
Yeah, see, that's where I'm at right now. Yeah, you just talked me right into it because I had him on the queue and I was trying to figure out in the head where he should be going because now I'm like 3 full rounds after JSN right here. That's almost insane value to me.
I was gonna go Lockett or reach for a tight end, but oh well. I still ended up with the receiver. Hopefully that pans out. It's a mock. So I won't even know if it pans out because Brian Robinson's not getting selected on my team in real life. Or not Brian Robinson, Brian Thomas.
Well, Brian Robinson isn't even on your team in real life either. So
I got him on a lot of best ball.
You're on auto pick. That's why.
Well, yeah, now it's on auto. You know, let me on auto field. Yeah, I think I may have just accidentally.
Well, Charlene, I just brought that up when I was comparing, you know, talking about him and JSN. I just don't see JSN taking over the full thing this year. Tyler Lockett's still under got a decent contract for this year. I believe it's an out after this year for them. They're going to use him up right here. Yeah, I get it with the 3 wide receiver sets with Grubbs coming in there or whatnot, but Tyler Lockett, when they went to 2 wide receiver sets, it was Tyler Lockett and it was DK Metcalf. JSN wasn't on the field. JSN's the slot.
Exactly. That's why, you know, I have no problems grabbing, you know, a DK earlier or a Lockett later. JSN, I don't know. I feel like I'm kind of avoiding.
So I'll put it to you like this: the 9 years that Lockett's been in the league, all with Seattle, gradually gone up. For the first 4 years, was the highest was 71 targets. His last 5 years, he's had the lowest was 107 targets. If we look at JSN through his first year, 93 targets. They're the same player. And you're getting 2 rounds of value and a 20 point difference, or 20 spots difference in ADP. It's insane. Insane.
Really quick, I know that we don't normally do this, but I actually want to shout out Taco for like drafting majority of like his first couple of picks before having to get in that New York traffic, leaving the Subway Series. Like the man's was drafting like bottom of the was drafting with us like bottom of the 8th inning of that game, like while like live in the stadium. Like that's dope. I respect it.
I mean, it's about time he showed up on time to do something.
Holy
Taco,
shit.
I'm giving you hell. The only reason he could do it because he was on sitting down on his ass watching a ball game.
Watching it, yeah, exactly. Watch some baseball. I'm trying to think what I want to do here with this next pick. I can technically do whatever the fuck I want.
Yep, I figured as much. There goes the queue. Queues got to restart the queue again.
You're Damascus.
Yep.
I don't. This is where like picks start getting like super murky, but these are also picks that can like you know, with this type of format that can make or break your lineup.
This is true. Son of a bitch.
Pollard, B-Rob, Charbonnet, Hubbard. Not bad for late RB with Etienne leading it. I mean, hey, not bad for late RB. I don't know if I would assume that risk there. I guess we're going back-to-back Jags. One of these guys are going to hit, right?
Are you going Gabriel?
Thinking about it.
You got to remember, this isn't a best ball league. You actually have to put him in your lineup.
But then I also hear your voice in like the back, like about like another player. But like, no, I'm not going to do that. I'm going to go Gabe. I'll have 2 Jags. I'm not going to do the. I was going to go Jahan right there, and I was like, well, fuck. Like,
how the fuck are you reading my mind, you asshole? I have him sitting.
We were on a show together last Friday. There's a freaking clip that's doing numbers right now of you and me yelling at each other.
Why you even pay attention to that shit that I say?
We were drunk.
Ridiculous that you listen to anything I say.
Bro, the pick that Sleeper has for Xavier Legette. That's wild. Yo, why does my man's show player card? Hold on. My man's look like he's posing for the mascot of Black History Month. I can make that joke. No one else can. That man's got a suit on and everything. Every other player is dressed in their jersey. This man has a suit.
Oh, Jalen Wright?
No, fucking Xavier Legette.
So does Jalen Wright.
Oh, he does?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
So does Blake Corum.
A couple of the rookies do. Bro, that's my man's dressed like he's about to go to court.
Well, yeah.
Curtis Samuel available? No, Curtis Samuel went 12th round. 12-10. Where's that random like Demario Douglas pick?
Wondering how far down the ADP list I have to go for some of these players is insane.
I'll go Gibby. I'll go Gibby. Even though
I can get that.
Well, damn, I scrolled right past Dotson. All right, so Gator believes that the reason why the Commanders should not pursue Ayuk is because we have Ayuk at home in Jahan Dotson.
Is that what I said?
That's basically what you said.
No, that's false. That's not
okay.
Not what I meant.
It's not what you meant. It's the way it came off, though. You just don't want us to have nice things. Look, I feel like send Dotson in a couple of picks, a pair of picks.
Well, that's the problem right now. So San Francisco wants to pay Ayuk as a wide receiver too. If they're going to trade him, they want to trade him as a wide receiver one. Yeah. And nobody in the NFL is going to trade for Ayuk, knowing that all you want to pay him is wide receiver 2 money. They're not going to pay up to go get Ayuk. There's very few GMs in this league that are dumb enough. There's a few of them that'll do it, but those are few and far between.
Well,
and I don't think the Commanders are that freaking stupid.
Because Adam Peters used to work for San Fran, et cetera, et cetera. He built up, like a lot of the success that they've had recently. So obviously, when you look at it from that standpoint, it's like, bro, I'm not doing this. I already know you. You know me. You know that that's not a deal that I'm doing. I think that that's why the deal between the Commanders and the 49ers had broken down. If you remember, we were talking about it during our draft coverage where it was like, 49ers are, they are entertaining. We were getting rumors that they were entertaining it. So for the 49ers to come out and be like, no, we were never entertaining trade talks. Bullshit, you were. So I figured, hey, give them a couple, give them a fourth and a fifth, and Jahan Dotson, give us Ayuk.
They'll never do it.
He's too legit. Oh my gosh, Gator!
What?
I'll fight you. Slapbox right now. Bro, yo, I just aged the both of us. Remember that shit? Slapbox? Wow. Oh wow. And then we get into all right. You want to play games? I want to play games too.
I mean, I'm just picking the best players that I have. I mean, he was on my list, but he was way down the list.
Give me Ricky. Give me Ricky. San Fran, you drafted Ricky in the first round, which makes me believe even more that you were planning on fucking getting rid of Brandon Ayuk, but I'm off that soapbox. I'm going to look. In the event that if they do move Ayuk, I'm at least in this mock, I'm prepared for that situation. That's another thing about drafting as early as we do in SFB is like you kind of have to prepare yourselves for certain situations that may happen.
Yeah, I think we do the same thing when we're doing best ball too, right?
Yeah.
And a couple
I
weeks,
have a best ball lineup that has Darnold and McCarthy on it.
Yeah, a couple weeks ago, had Scott Fish on, and Jed, the winner from last year, had brought up. He said this year's scoring seems to, lean itself towards more of a best ball kind of lineup. The way you build, and Scott thought about it for a second. He goes, "Yeah, that makes perfect sense." That wasn't. I don't believe that was Scott's intention by no means, but when you build your team out, you can kind of go and look, but again, you have to set your rosters. It doesn't, it's not a best ball, don't have to worry about setting your roster kind of a thing. You do have to set your roster. So that's going to be the determining factor on whether you win each week, beat the median, because that's not we really haven't talked about in any mocks or any shows that I've been on when we're talking about SFB is you're still playing, you're still playing against the median every week as well. So
I guess I'm gonna do this too. I didn't think that was gonna happen. All right, so I'll grab Troy Franklin as well. I did not think that was gonna fucking happen. I'm gonna be honest, because I was originally gonna go Troy Franklin, where I grabbed Pearsall. I only grabbed Pearsall because you grabbed Sanders.
Put you on tilt with that. I see.
Yeah, a little tit for tat there, between us. But look, here's my thing with Troy Franklin. You're pairing him with Bo Nix and the Sean Payton offense. I get that Denver team is going to be unpredictable. I was about to use the word basura, but I'll refrain. I get that Denver team may not, probably be on the up and up. They may not be above 500 when we talk about the team as a whole, holistically. But I think that Troy Franklin pairing him with Bo Nix, that familiarity will, from a fantasy standpoint, at least be able to probably put up starting roster like numbers on your fantasy team. So I don't mind it as a late grab. Demario Douglas. Let me just talk about Demario Douglas really quick. Excels in man situations. Now I get in a lot of NFL schemes 85% of the time. You're going to be seeing zone, but whenever a defense does go man, whenever a coordinator calls man, Douglas exceeds in that specific category. There, with having a rookie quarterback, there's going to be plenty of situations where May is going to be under duress and he's going to need to be bailed out, and he's going to need to throw the "fuck it, someone's down there" type of ball. That's where Demario Douglas is going to shine. Then you also factor in the special teams aspect as well, because you are going to be getting some points for special teams play in this. I really feel like how the league is going towards a more, pushing scoring and pushing offense type of model. We're also getting that here in SFB. It feels like Scott, was like, how how can we make this, like you're gonna be sitting there with your phone in your hand watching your SFB lineup just as much as you're watching your red zone or rum zone if you're subscribed to our channel and watching us on Sundays for play-by-play. But I absolutely love the format the kicker run started. I'm not going to front. I was trying to be the one to start the kicker run.
Yeah, I'm probably not going to mess with the kicker till the 22nd round. So I'm not. I'll take whatever's left when it comes to the kicker, because if it's not getting, very much like the quarterbacks, if you're not getting the top 3-4, then you're just going to be an average anyway. So I'll take the value of having the flexibility in the lineup than having that kicker. I'm taking a dart throw here. This one here is complete dart throw because I think there's going to be opportunity not only in the kicking game for him or in the receiving game, but I also think there's very good possibility that he's now the new number 2 in Washington.
I love that. And yes, kind of going back into the conversation that we had earlier. Look, if this whole rumor mill with the IU situation turns out the way that it does, then yes, automatically McCaffrey gets promoted to possibly even the 3 or even, whatever the case. Right now, I definitely have McCaffrey as a 2 on that offense. Holy Philadelphia Eagles.
And if that's the case, I mean, you go back and look, and very similar to the Tyler Lockett JSN conversation, Jahan Dotson, who everybody, is worst case scenario, what happened last year with him. I just got the guy that replaced him 4 rounds later.
No, I love it. I love it. Like, we brought him in for a reason.
Oh, yeah, for sure. Let's see. Yeah, 3rd round, all day. 3rd round wide receiver in the draft. Yep.
Like that if Luke comes in and sets the league on fire, that bloodline is going to go crazy. Like, it's going to go bonkers for years to come, for like generations to come. Like, the McCaffrey family is well off. Like,
I just need Sleeper to put Ed back on the roster here, so I can have all 3 McCaffreys on this team. I just need Ed McCaffrey. Maybe he's a kicker now. I don't know. Whatever. I don't care.
Yo, Rubik's really just did that with the getting sicky with Gesicki in the 18th round. Which, I mean, I absolutely respect. I think that if there's any offense that he's going to be proficient in, it's going to be with the Cincinnati Bengals with Joe Burrow slinging the rock. Cincinnati's offense is so interesting because, like, they start off so slow, but then, like, they just like after like week 3, they just like week 4, like more like week 4, they just start going. God damn it!
Should have got your tight end when you wanted him. Now you're stuck.
My gosh, bro, I got mollywop. I got mollywop back.
I was gonna say, go get your guy Zach Ertz and call it a day.
I think Zach Ertz is more so there just a locker room guy, if you ask me.
That and on the field coach. I mean, Ben Sennett's gonna be. He's got to learn a blocking system.
Travis, really quick, I've had this comment up for fucking ever. Like how long of a drive would that be? Like from like Iowa to Denver, like that. I feel like that wouldn't be too bad. I feel like that wouldn't be too bad. I'm not a fan of the median. Got to step my game up. It's actually easier than realize, like, to beat the median. Like, well, okay, I shouldn't say that. I've also been playing in SFB for ever. I got Franklin Nicks stack in a mock today. This rock bottom for the Broncos, right? Nowhere to go but up, I hope. Are you a Broncos fan, Charlene? Because to answer the question, yes, the only place that you can go from here is up. Like that's it. That's it.
I mean, you got to think about it. This was last year was Peyton's first year, but I don't know how much involved in the draft he was. I'm sure he was somewhat involved in the draft, but this year was truly his first go get my guys with Bo Nix and Franklin, a couple other guys that they got. Like I just took Marvin Mims. I think Marvin Mims is going to be more of a return guy this year. And I'm fine with that, especially in this format. But I mean, Marvin Mims is was a rookie last year. Was it Peyton that drafted him? I don't know. I know Peyton was there in the draft room, but was it Peyton that drafted him? We'll see.
Peyton was like, I like this guy, then it didn't work out. Okay, so you are you are a Broncos fan. Yeah, the only direction is up. I was there in the building week 2 when my Commanders smacked the dog shit out of the Broncos, and it was great. It was great. It was one of the greatest games I've ever been to in my entire life. I've been quite a bit of games. Memorable, absolutely memorable. 15 hours, bro. Bet. Oh, let me see something. Okay, awesome. That Sam Darnold pick wasn't bad. Not bad. He's not gonna have the job the whole season, but get you your starter, I guess.
Whoa. Did I miss something here? Okay.
There's going to be a lineup
just
out
as
there.
much of an opportunity as anybody there, right? Let's see about this dart throw. I mean, it's fucking the 19th round. I don't know. Is there somebody else that I want to get?
I know what you're going to do. Fuck.
No, I'm thinking, looking at 2 different players here and just kind of playing the game in my head that it's going to be 6 weeks before Hawk comes back. Tanya's got just as much of a chance to be tight end 1 in Minnesota than anybody, right? And just need him for a game or 2.
I'm going to go Javon Baker because he's there. And I'm a huge fan. Like, I needed that to kind of happen. Like, I need that. I like that. Fuck. These running backs. Scarce. It's like digging through a clearance rack. Oh, it's like digging through a clearance rack at this point.
Oh, okay. I see what Tom's doing here. Tom's
he said
Tom's
35, 33s and ass kicking out. Hey, it is when you're in the building and that shit was tit for tat and like no, on the score sheet, no, not an ass kicking, but the way that game was played, oh my gosh. Just memorable. No defense whatsoever went down in that game. Like, the defense obviously, but you know what I mean. I love the KJ Osborne pick there. Tez Walker, love that.
Yeah, Tom is Rubik's Cube. So just so you know.
He is?
Yeah, he says it right here on the chat. Oh, you fuck.
Wait,
that's the guy I was looking. I was looking at Hayden Hurst right there going, this sumbitch could be a game player too. All right. Okay, Robbie. All right. Okay.
So you're a fan of both teams?
I think her husband is a 49ers fan, if I'm not mistaken.
Okay. 49ers fan by marriage. All right. I was about to say, I was like, wait. It's crazy. That's wild. Maybe like one for the AFC, one for the NFC was also going to be my other theory. A baker's dozen.
Coach on the field there, maybe.
If I end up with a fantasy team that has Baker Mayfield and Javon Baker, I'm naming my team that.
Speaking of Charlene, I don't know if y'all saw this or not, but you remember the movie Rookie of the Year, right?
Uh-huh.
Charlene is the one that won the jersey from the actor that
oh shit,
the kid, yeah. Yep, Charlene did that. So I know I said it too. I said it the other night on air, and Charlene was in the chat, and I just wanted to bring it up again because congratulations to her because she won't share that jersey. She's gonna get it framed, and she won't even let her husband wear it to work. Nothing.
Hell yeah, frame that joint.
She's being stingy as hell with it.
If Shy is watching right now, like I love the Rice pick. I absolutely love the Rice.
Oh, Shy is watching. I guarantee you, Shia LaBeouf is watching.
Oh, Tom, you're okay. He's a season ticket holder. Best thing about it was that it killed any false hope we had for a successful season. Rubik's Cube, bro. Tom, let's go to a freaking game together, bro. I need more fantasy football friends here in Denver. Okay, obviously we're all gonna be at the Denver live draft together, but no, so I need more fantasy football friends. Like, bro, I live in Colorado Springs, and I'm down in Denver like at least once a month. Like, bro, yes. It did come down to the final play, and it was epic. It was epic. It was epic. I shut down like a first floor bar of the stadium. Oh God, it was great. So I'm born and raised a Niner fan. Became a Bronco fan at 12. Big Stanford fan, and LA went to Stanford. So Broncos are my team, but still, I get it.
Okay.
Thanks, Cater.
Charlene, I think Charlene,
I
think is up Midwest too. I want to say Wisconsin or something like that. Or are you in California? I don't remember now.
Bro, those are two drastically climbed.
Yeah, I know.
Make up your fucking mind, Gator.
No, I don't have to. It's mine. I'm allowed to.
Yo, Taco with the back-to-back Washington backups.
Well, yeah.
Former Washington backups.
Okay, she is in Cali. Okay,
Cali. Well, much better weather. Not a great economy.
You claim LA when you want to.
Well, I used to live in LA.
Right.
So, yeah.
And you claim them when you want to. Like,
no, I claim them every day. I also claim
not
DC.
when the Dodgers lose, not when the Lakers lose. You're the biggest kid from you're bullshit. You're the biggest kid from Virginia. You're the biggest kid from Virginia whenever the Dodgers lose and the Lakers lose.
I was born in DC. I was born in DC, lived in Virginia, lived in LA. I mean, hell, like I also lived in Italy. Like, obviously, that's why I cheer for Italy during like Euros or.
God damn, they got lucky as fuck the other night.
Yeah, we did, bro. I'm so excited.
Fucking
oh my gosh, I'm so excited.
Bro, to the 98th minute. Okay, well, you're gonna give us extra time? Okay, we'll score. What a beautiful.
Oh, Rosecrans.
Where is LA?
Or where? No, she said where.
No, we're in. Yeah, I got you.
Italy losing to Swiss. Nah, I have faith. And now I'm in Henry Rowan Gardner SFB live draft Chicago. Nice. The Chicago live draft.
Shy, you asshole.
Wow. There's like nothing. Never mind. There it is. Give me Isaac Guerrero. Okay, I think I know what I'm gonna do for my last pick. Where the fuck? Oh, there we go. As long as one of these two don't take it. I don't have anyone on my team from this team. So, like, this will be interesting if this works out this way. We'll see how Brad picks here. Rasheen Ali, Brizzy Ali, Ali Ababa. I love that pick. Shout out to Herms on that remix. That was a great parody. If you guys have not seen that, I definitely recommend. I'm gonna go A.T. Perry. I don't have a whole lot of A.T. Perry, but A.T. Perry can definitely be, he can be something down there for the Aints. Damn good draft.
You didn't see what I just did there.
I love the Bates pick. I love the Bates. I was wondering, honestly, I was like, yo,
I had
like,
to scroll down to go find him.
yeah, I was like, is Jake Bates in here? I didn't feel like scrolling down. That's why I didn't do it, because that's who I was gonna go at kicker. I love that. I love that pick, honestly. And he's going to be a league winner. He's gonna be big time. He's gonna be box office. The dude has a leg. Dude has a leg.
I'll give you a quick little insight, and not necessarily on Jake Bates himself, but about a month ago or so, I was kicking off all the SFB mocks, getting a bunch going, and on one of the shows, Linda Lyons was on. Mandalians was on the show, and if you know anything about her, she's dynamite when it comes to kickers and things like that. And somebody brought up Michael Bagley as far as Detroit's kicker. And this was a month ago. So Jake Bates was still playing over in UFL. And Linda says then Michael Bagley will not be the starting kicker for Detroit when the season starts. And I got to thinking about it. That weekend, Jake Bates bombs a 60-footer. Or 60-yard kick. The next weekend, he bombs 2.
He reminds me of Evan McPherson.
Yeah. So getting somebody that, especially with the kickers scoring, I'll take him. I'll take that dart throw, especially seeing is we expect that offense to be very, very, very good. That he's going to be getting a good bit of kicks.
No, absolutely. I'm super excited to see how his career turns out, especially up there in Detroit. We're gonna take a look here at our teams really quick. I'll make mine like super fast. Whole lot of NFC East action happening on my squad between Philadelphia and Washington. Just want to shout the homers. Starting off with Patrick Mahomes, I was thinking at some point, okay, I'm gonna circle back around with Xavier Worthy, maybe I grab Worthy, I grab Rice. Those things did not happen. I didn't even put them in my queue. Throughout this whole process, I didn't even queue up a single player because between producing, keeping alive, going, so on and so forth. After the first pick, it wasn't in my mind. I didn't want to queue it up too early and maybe overpick or overanalyze. But also to our point, you didn't need to worry about the stacks. You don't really have to worry about the stacks in this format because a lot of it's going to be based off of just who's going to go out there and perform for you and get the points for you. AJ Brown, Brandon Ayuk, Derrick Henry, Cooper Kupp. Then we stack with Matt Stafford. Such a Robbie first, 6 picks. First 6 all the way down to pretty much 8 actually played out exactly in my favor. We didn't start really worrying about getting sniped once we started getting around the 9th pick, where obviously, we hadn't gone any tight ends at that point. The running back room was only Derrick Henry and made up of Zamir White. We go ahead and selected Brooks out of Carolina. There probably could have been some other talent that I could have gone ahead of Brooks, but I think that Brooks is gonna be the lead back even over Chuba. Then I go Goddard to be my first tight end. Gino with the intent that we were going to come back and get Lockett, but for some weird reason, the Nado happened. We go Brian Thomas, Gabe Davis, Gibson, Pearsall, Franklin, Elliott, Knox, Baker, Hurst, Garindo, and A.T. Perry. Not a bad draft. I feel like that one of the things I want to focus on while I have 9 days till my draft is my depth pieces. I want to make sure that my depth pieces are going to be pieces I'm going to feel a little bit above 60% of what the return of investment is going to be. I don't feel great about my depth. My starting lineup, I feel great, but my starting lineup's not going to keep me healthy, or is not going to remain healthy throughout the whole tournament. So I want to clean up things when I look at depth.
Yeah, I don't hate your first 6, 7 picks or so. Get Zamir White there. It's still a question mark for me in Vegas, but after that, it is like you say, depth pieces and going from there. This one was started off weird. Getting CMC at the 4 was weird. Felt like I couldn't pass up the overall number 1 from last year. Could possibly be, if he stays healthy, the number 1 again this year. Follow that up with the third tight end off the board, Trey McBride. Then, of course, went ahead and stacked him with Purdy there. I think, in order to have Purdy as your QB1, you're going to want to have him stacked with somebody, whether that's an IU, McCaffrey, even a Debo, possibly, or going ahead and stacking him with a George Kittle. But I didn't want to pass up, knowing that I was not going to have options for quarterbacks coming back around. I wanted to go ahead and get at least that stack be done, because I at that point I had the feeling that I was going to be leaning into the tight end pretty heavy, which I did do. Came right back around, got Evan Ingram. At this point, again, no wide receiver, but again, you're only starting 1 quarterback, 1 running back, 1 wide receiver, 1 tight end, and then the 6 flex box, including the super flex there. Did not expect DJ Moore to come back to me. A number 1 wide receiver in the 5th round is quite ludicrous. But in this format, I guess I can get it, because there was a couple other number 1s on their team with Mike Evans and Stephon Diggs, DK Metcalf and Amari Cooper that were still on the board at this point. DJ Moore, I just think, is going to get a little bit more volume. Follow that back up with another tight end that's going to get a ton of volume, and Jake Ferguson. Going ahead and Aaron Jones in Minnesota there at the 7-9 just seemed like stupid value as well. And then I got Deontay Johnson and stacked him with Bryce Young. I think another, very much like Brock Purdy, if you're going to end up with Bryce Young, you're going to want to have something to go with him to double up on the points. Hopefully the upgrade at the offensive line that they've done will allow him to use his legs a little bit more. And if that's the case at 9-9, if Bryce Young gets me 300 yards on the ground and a couple of rushing touchdowns, holy smokes, that could be the game changer in this format. Back to the tight end room with Luke Musgrave, and then Russell Wilson as my 3rd quarterback in the 11th round. I cannot hate that. Tyler Lockett to follow that up. Rico Dowell, who's presumably the RB1 in Dallas. Malachi Coley, who could be a number 2 wide receiver there with the Jets, quite possibly. But even if not, he's going to get some return yardage. And I think this is where I turned and leaned into the return game a little bit, even though I went ahead and got Jatavion Sanders, another weapon for Bryce Young there. We'll see how that pans out. But again, it's a tight end, so I've got plenty of them. I don't have to start him. Demario Douglas, we talked about him possibly in the return game, but he's already knows somewhat of the offense. He's going to be somewhat of a leader for a rookie quarterback. Luke McCaffrey, who again could be a number 2 in that offense return game. Marvin Mims, more than likely going to be a return guy. Robert Tonyan with no TJ Hawkinson could possibly be the tight end 1 in Minnesota, and whether it's Sam Darnold or JJ McCarthy, it's going to be a relief outlet for both of them. I love that pick right there, and getting him in the 19th round. May have been a little bit reaching there, but again, in this format, you're going to have to reach for your guys. I think that's one important thing, is go get your guy in this format too. Have fun with it, because the chances of winning the tournament are slim. You're playing against 4,000 plus other players. Even though it's only a 12-man league, from that 12-man league, when it gets to the playoffs, it can be pretty nasty. Tyler Boyd in the 20th round, to me, just somebody that is just consistent, and going to Tennessee this year, along with the coaching staff, he's going to be a leader on the field, giving Will Levis the outlet. I understand the D-Hop's there. I'm not drafting him like a D-Hop. I'm drafting him very late to be that, relief outlet, get a game or 2 out of him if I have to. Elijah Moore, another guy in Cleveland that could be the return game, could quite possibly be the number 2 wide receiver or number 3 wide receiver there if Jerry Jeudy pans out. And then, of course, we talked about Jake Bates there in Detroit as the kicker. So I don't hate this build. I actually, like I said at the very beginning, it felt kind of weird getting McCaffrey at the 4 spot there, and I wanted to, kind of see how it's going to build. And overall, pretty damn excited about it.
Yeah. With this format, I don't think there's any one specific strategy. I don't think that you can't subscribe to one specific strategy. I think that you can more so utilize, tips and tricks. One of the tips I want to kind of throw out there that I found during this exercise, during this mock, that maybe affected me a little bit was, oh my gosh, like I have so many options because I have all these flex spots and the deep bench, try not to get overwhelmed. And I think that maintain you already know the players, and the players that you yourself as a fantasy football manager are high on. Try your best to maintain and not get just too overwhelmed. I think that maintaining emotions, especially in the live draft environment, is what's really going to help. We only have a couple of days left until live drafts start kicking off. If you have a live draft kicking off this week, then the next piece of advice I may be giving may not be for you. But if you have, like myself, like 9 days or whatever the case may be, run a couple of mocks. You don't always have to mock with friends. You can mock against the CPU. It's not going to be the same experience. It's not going to be as fun. But definitely mock again. Definitely a lot of fun.
If you want to do mocks, hit me up on Sleeper. DM me over there. I have a group that in a Sleeper chat that all we do is talk shit and run mocks.
Exactly. Yeah.
There's about 4 or 5 people in this that was in the draft tonight that are in that group as well. And they can attest. We run a ton of mocks. We've run over 200 SFB mocks in the last month and a half.
Yep. And I was just about to mention that. Big shout out to all the work that you're doing over there with the homies over at Club Fantasy.
It's a mocking good time, as Charlene says. Yes, it is.
It's a mocking good time. I love that. Really quick, Jeff wants me to kind of look over his team real fast. I just wish you would have gotten my biggest concern with this team. Yes, I do get that you don't, because that second quarterback spot, that super flex spot, you don't have to have a QB. I would still say have more than 2 is probably my biggest concern, especially with your 2 being Dak and Herbert. Don't get me wrong, I love Dak. And I'm a huge Herbert fan. If that offense does go more towards a run first type of personality, a run first type of identity, that could affect Herbert a little bit. Running backs are solid. I feel like that for the running backs, it's a lot of 2s. It's a lot of potential 2s. So you're kind of asking to keep your head above water at that particular position. But again, with this format, a lot of these guys are going to be flexed. Half those running backs may not even start within your lineup. Love Nico. Love Leggett. I am not a fan of Christian Watson. I absolutely fucking cannot stand having Christian Watson in my fantasy team. And also just as a former wide receiver myself, like his style of play is one run route, and that's it. I'm a downfield, stretch the field type of playmaker type of guy, and that's what I could do. And I don't fancy it. And then from a fantasy standpoint, you're also begging for him to remain healthy. Quentin, I can catch with my body. Johnston, you worry about the body catching. You also worry about the throwing schematics of how that offense is going to look like. I like Polk, but I don't like Polk without May. But then also, if you were to do the Polk plus May, you're assuming too much New England risk. So it's a 50-50 there. Polk naked without a QB is scary. Estime, I personally think that Estime will take over that backfield. But we'll see what happens with Williams and McLaughlin in the fold as well. Isaiah Likely, how often is he going to see the field is yet to still be determined within that Ravens passing attack. You're taking the tight end 2 in that offense and hoping that some weeks you may have to slide him in as a 1 or a 2. That whole pick is predicated on the health of Mark Andrews. kind of touching on your tight ends also with Brock Bowers. Mayer with the year up on him of NFL speed could probably come out the gate maybe a little bit more hot. McMillan in Tampa Bay, hopefully, he's going to be something, but there's also Godwin, there's Evans, so much more. Allen for the Jets, probably going to be getting the 2 touches, still has to grow in. Didn't do well against loaded box situations as well as he probably should have for a running back of his size in college. He's still super young, has to grow into that grown man strength. Some concerns there. Higbee, reliable, old reliable. Dicker, the kicker, and then Jalen Hyatt probably is going to be getting a lot of open looks with Neighbors possibly commanding a lot of the coverage, but we'll see how that works out. Defenses probably aren't going to just automatically key in on a rookie right out the gate because the rookie is always going to have to take some time to catch up to the NFL speed.
Real quick, I just want to put this on there. Yeah, let me just add this real quick. So first 6 rounds, okay, fine. Brock Bowers, whatever. Then you go Austin Eckler. But from the Tajay Spears at your 9 hole, so you went Christian Watson, Xavier Legette, Blake Corum, then take out J.K. Dobbins, Isaiah Likely, Quentin Johnston, Jaden Polk, Audric Estime, Braylon Allen, Jalen McMillan.
The risk assessment doesn't feel like it was done from pick 7 down.
This is the tale of 2 drafts in one draft section here. And it's, you went redraft to start with and then dynasty rookie draft the second half of the draft. And this in this format, to me, just my opinion, taking all of those rookies and unproven second-year players, the Christian Watsons, the Isaiah Likely's here, those guys, the risk that you are, going after right here is just way too much for that 8-9 round extension. It's just way too much risk for me.
Yeah, it's this lineup. I feel like it's kind of built for a long game, which dynasty.
But we're only playing for 13 weeks. Because remember, exactly. Week 14 is the start of the playoffs.
I would prefer if the lineup was built around the right now.
That's why when you look at a lot of mine, I don't. In Robbie the same way. We'll stab at some of these rookies, but not very many. And we'll take the older player, the Cooper Kupps, the Aaron Joneses, the Deontay Johnsons, those type of players, and Robert Tunyons, because at least they're proven on the field already. We know what their floor is.
Yep, exactly. I'm walking in with what I know versus I hope that this can work out. If you notice, I didn't start really going on like a rookie run to like the end, and that's because like I was kind of scraping the bottom of the barrel with Franklin, Pearsall. I'm not saying that Pearsall's a bottom of the barrel player by any means, but once you start talking about drafting in those later rounds, that's when you started to see me kind of pivot and go that direction, with the exception of Jonathan Brooks. But again, I was able to logically justify that with I believe that he's going to outwork Chuba just because Chuba hasn't shown us that he can be a starter in that offense yet.
That and you look at what how the Panthers drafted him. They drafted him the first running back off the board, and right away in the second round. So I mean they drafted him to be their running back.
So I mean, it's tough. There's going to be people that are going to walk in, and they're going to think more so with the dynasty mindset. There's people that are going to walk into the room that are. All they do is play best ball, but they do this because it's a charity aspect. So, they're going to walk in with the best ball mindset. This is why I've always said, dabble, play a little bit of every different type of format that there is out there. Have a dynasty league, have a redraft league, play Scott Fishbowl, play best ball, play IDP, join a guillotine or a vampire league. They do all of these fun things in the fantasy realm. Because when you get into like big field tournaments, it makes it a lot easier and a lot better for you. I'm Robbie. That's Gator. Here, let me just do this really quick. Boom. I'm Robbie. That's Gator. We appreciate you guys for joining us. Be on the lookout on our social media accounts. We'll go ahead. We'll take this draft board. we'll probably, put it out there. Maybe Gator like spruces it up or something. This draft board may be used as like the second thumbnail for when we do this again. But yeah, be on the lookout. We'll be dropping the draft board. We'll be having more discourse about this throughout social media, throughout the coming days. Like, comment, subscribe. Tune in Friday night for Rumboyz After Dark. I won't be live tomorrow night because I'm going to be at a Morgan Wallen concert.
There you go. Just don't throw no chairs. Don't do that. Don't throw chairs.
I won't throw chairs. I'll leave that to Morgan. Morgan, I love you. Don't kick me out before I walk into the stadium. But no. So yeah, next time you guys will see me will be Friday night. Make sure you guys tune in, 9 p.m. Eastern, 6 p.m. Pacific. Also check out Gator on social media for everything that he has coming up with Club Fantasy, and also over here at the Rumboyz Fantasy Network and many more of his other projects. Cheers to me. Cheers to you. All the Rumboyz and girls, what it do. We love and appreciate all of you. Dilly dilly. And maybe we get some shorts that come out of this as well. Peace out.